Hey, what's up, guys? It's Shawn Realty here. I think the beginning got cut off. Hey, this is Shawn Realty here. Today, in Coffee and Realty Talk number 7, I believe. One thing that I want to cover is, will tech bros replace realtors? Because there's so many tech industry, the super app will basically streamline the real estate. The real estate should be simple. It shouldn't be complicated. And there's some articles out there. I know there's a bunch of companies who are doing it, but I'm not quite yet sold yet. I'll cover that, and then the other part that I'm going to cover is the vacant land, the scamming. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been really enjoying watching the baseball playoffs, and my team Astro is out now, but in October and November, the baseball is really fun for me. So as far as you know, like Zillow and Redfin and Trulia and Realtor.com, those websites are pretty popular, right? And I know I use it sometimes, and a lot of the consumers use that. But the question is, will super app that can basically change the real estate industry and ultimately get rid of the realtors and make it really easy for everyone to buy and sell real estate? Whenever I see articles like that, I kind of laugh at it. And in my mind, the best comparison that I can give you is if somebody were to say, I want to streamline the legal process. I want to streamline the court process. Like, litigation and, those things, arbitrations or whatever that might be. And if you can do that, in my opinion, changing the real estate industry should be pretty easy. But as you know, the legal systems, you are dealing with the people who have many different flavors, right? Some people are honest, some people are scammy, some people cheat, some people lie, some people are greedy, some people are fair. So how do you find that the streamlined super app that can replace the legal system? When it comes to real estate, it's one of the most expensive items that people will buy and sell in their lifetime, right? So would you trust a super app system that can make your real estate transaction easy? So if you look at it on the flip side of it, well, let me actually touch on this vacant land scammer first, because there's one article on NAR that there are right now scammers, typically out of state or out of country scammers, are pretending like a home seller, the vacant land sellers. So the vacant land is pretty hard to identify, right? Because there's nothing to it, and there's no like boundaries like regular homes. So what they're doing is they're calling the realtors and say, hey, I own this lot. It's a couple of acres out of nowhere, but I'm going to list it at this low price. You're going to be able to sell it for sure, 100%. And that's when some realtors, I suppose, got cheated because there's some, apparently based on the article, there have been some deals actually closed by the realtors, by the escrow companies, because they didn't vet the sellers who are scammers. So based on the article, the seller, the scammers, only communicates electronically. Many of these imposters are out of state or from a different country and will decline face-to-face meetings. The other thing is they're going to request to sell the vacant property for less than its fair market value. So there's a one warning sign. They decline to do face-to-face. That's second warning sign. And then they want to do the remote notary closing that they set up on their own. So there's strike 3 right there. So whenever I get these texts or requests, they're typically pretty obvious. If they say, hey, is this Shawn Yu? Are you still selling real estate in Portland? That's like, to me, like, okay, this goes to spam. Boom, spam, right? Because people who want to work with me, people who want to hire me to sell their property or need help from me to buy their next property, they've already went to my website. They've already seen 1 or 2 videos that I put out there every week. And they know what I'm about. They know what kind of value that I bring to the table. But when I get those like not even researched for like 10-second type of questions, I'm like, but I get those every day pretty much. And some days I kind of play along with it and I say, sure, I'm still doing the real estate. How can I help? And they go, oh yeah, I want to buy 3 investment properties. I have cash, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sounds great. Let's get together face to face on FaceTime or Zoom. I'll be happy to set that up for you. Let's meet so that I can learn about your goals and needs so I can help you the best possible way. And they basically decline. They say, can we do WhatsApp? Scammers love WhatsApp. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's available to those countries with a bunch of scammers. They're obviously not going to have the local phone number. So if you don't even have a United States phone number, don't even bother me. But anyways, they love WhatsApp. They never do face-to-face. They do all these things. Some days maybe I will lose out on one of those like oil money, the big money buyer who will buy a big property. But we'll see. I mean, if they're real buyers with real cash, even they're in some outside of some far away from this country, I should be able to tell. If they say they're only going to do with the WhatsApp, and if they say certain reasons why they only need to do WhatsApp, then I can tell. So here's one story about their scammers selling in scammy way, and then there's their tech bros who are making a super app to make it really streamlined and easy and everything. And that article about the super app, they're basically complaining about the real estate, the agency, the licensees. The entry bar is so low, they need to raise that, which I agree. It shouldn't be. I just learned that cutting hair, I think it takes like 2,000 hours to do the work in order to cut somebody's hair. In my opinion, selling real estate, what we do is continuing education. So once you get the license, you need to keep doing those continuing education so you're educated. But I think some bigger portion of the continuing education should go before they get the license so that they're more prepared when they get the license. First couple of deals, I was asking everything to my principal broker. Like every 5 minutes I was asking because I wanted to make sure, and I didn't know a lot about it. And I would feel very concerned if I'm working with a brand new agent who are not asking the questions. So going back to the tech bros replacing the realtor, which is the main topic of today's show, is that I don't think it's yet possible. Because if you can streamline the legal process, sure, like I said. But if you cannot streamline the legal process by a super app, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen in real estate either. So I will let you know if I see something that excites me to replace the realtors. I haven't seen anything yet. And in my opinion, the real estate needs to be complicated because there's so many buyers and sellers, so many different properties. When you look at cookie cutter home on one subdivision street, let's say it's on one street, same house on both sides, like 100 of them. Every home's location is going to be different. Every home's quality is going to be different because of the parts that could go faulty. There's like, storm water path is going to be different. The soil saturation is different. The sunlight, direction is different. And the buyers are different. So how can you make it streamlined when there's so many different things? And that's talking about the brand new homes. When it comes to like a resale home, this homes that's been lived in, there's no way a super app can replace the realtor yet. If AI can think like the realtors and really have the caring personality to protect their clients, maybe. I don't see that happening in my lifetime. If it happens in my lifetime, if I get replaced by AI, so be it. But I don't see that yet happening because of the complexity of the properties, complexity of people, and complexity of the scammers, kind of all combined there. So that's why I don't think it's going to happen. It was kind of interesting to see two conflicting article, one about the land scammers, and then the other thing about the tech bros trying to make a super app to make the home buying process easier. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. And right now, I'll just give you a quick rundown of real estate market. The 30-year loan is about 7.5%. So if you're thinking about buying, just make sure to put enough down payment so that your monthly payment is more manageable. And this is time that you may need to put more of your cash towards your property. And don't count on the interest rate going down anytime soon. And if you have a good enough reason to sell, this is a good time to sell because we're still lack of inventory. So, for example, Portland market, we're about 45% less transaction compared to 2020 and 2021 and 22. So selling is fine, buying is kind of tough, but you either pay slightly less for the current high interest rate environment or wait, and when the interest rate, if it goes down, the price is going to skyrocket again. So for the buyers, there's no like win-win, but at least you can minimize the most damage, which is spending a lot of money on renting property or missing out on opportunity. For young people who need to get into a house, I would actually consider finding a roommate from your college friend or somebody who can help you pay down that monthly cost. I actually helped a buyer about 4 months ago. They had a roommate, and so they could afford that home. Otherwise, they couldn't have. But 4 months ago, they got into a home ownership because they were smart enough to have a roommate. So that's one great way to get into a real estate if you're young and the monthly payment is too high. So let's say 7.5%, put more toward down payment. Try to look for your roommate if you want to buy when you're young. Getting into home ownership sooner is better than later, in my opinion. When it comes to selling is still a good time as long as you have the right reason to sell and you know where you're going. Investment wise, this may not be the best time to invest unless you have full cash, because borrowing money is really expensive. So those are some of the main summaries of real estate indicators. So thanks for watching. Get a lot of sun, eat lots of meat, don't drink, and enjoy your day and enjoy the baseball. See you next time.